What's up, guys? Another video. I'm sorry I've been gone lately. I've been a little busy, so I haven't been able to put a video up. But hopefully that'll change. So let's get into what I wanted to talk to the video about. I've been secretly building a deck to rule the format, kind of changing the meta deck. I really want to build a deck that has a large impact on the game, and I think this is the deck that I can do it with. It's based off of a few things. It's like a very synchro powered deck that's based on going into shooting Quasar Dragon. That was the idea going in, making a very fast deck that could go into shooting Quasar Dragon, because shooting Quasar Dragon is the best card in the game, hands down. So going into him first turn was quite a powerful turn one, if I do say so. But I'll go into a little bit. This is the deck that I originally made to summon shooting Quasar Dragon, which was the Junk Quasar deck. It's a semi-popular deck, not played much in competitive play, but it really deserves to be. It's a very, very good deck. Definitely one of the most fun decks that I've played. But this is where the idea came from. Making Quasar turn 1 was so good when I was playing this deck, so I tried to make a way to do it more consistently. And that's where I came up with the idea for the Nitrosynchro deck. Was I looked into another Quasar deck that was consistent in going into shooting Quasar turn 1 or throughout the duel, and it was the Laval Quasars. So it came up with this idea. This was the very first version of the deck. It does look a bit crappy, but I will tell you that this was one of the most fun decks I've ever played in my entire life. There was so much shenanigans that you could do with this deck. But if you don't know, the idea was you use this card for the Laval engine, and you send these two to the graveyard, activate her effect to mill another one, then you activate their effect to mill another one, and then you activate hers to mill Laval Cannoneer, and then you Rekindling them all out, go Hyper Librarian Catastor, and then if you have a level 1 card that you can summon, like Boost Warrior or Level Eater, because you didn't use your normal summon that turn, you can then synchro into Formula Synchron and then go into Quasar. Or with this deck, you could quick draw, just allows you to go level 5 instantly, and Junk Synchron allows for more shenanigans. But the deck really wasn't at a liking. It was too inconsistent, but at the same time it had the ability to go Quasar, Shooting Star Dragon, Stardust, Scrap Dragon, and Hyper Librarian on the first turn. And people just quit after you do that, because that's just dumb. But I did that before, and I also lost a lot, so I decided to take the junk part out and just sort of go for a more controlling build that just wears on your opponent type. And that's where I came up with this idea, which was the second version of the deck. It was okay. It was a more controlling. Is more slow. I put in the idea to get base it around Dragwaiba as well, to give the power of Lagi and Dolka, which is pretty good. But it was mainly based on sort of slowly. Oh, I just took out Laval Cannoneer. But it was mainly based on slowly wearing your opponent down, and I don't know, it's a good deck to think about in the future, but right now I don't think it's ready to be at its prime. Let's just say that. And through the third version, I found what I was looking for the deck, which was a consistent engine to meld with it. So I found the plant engine, and it was very, very good. And that's where I got the plant engine. Now consists with Spore, just Dandylion, Spore, and Lonefire, with people putting in some copy plant, some random other plant card, because they don't think that's enough, but it is definitely. Spore's been live all the time, and bring in some Tengus, and throw in Thunder Kings and Mystic Pipers, because you run so many level 1s Tour Guide make it a Chaos Plant deck, sort of based off of the Synchro-centric deck before. But this deck was, I don't know, it was just not consistent enough, mainly because of Tour Guide. That I don't know if that makes any sense, but Tour Guide takes up so much extra deck space that I had to take out a lot of cards necessary for the Synchro deck to work. Otherwise, like, it wouldn't. And it really didn't, like, I can't take, like, some of these cards out. These are all, like, staple cards in the extra deck if you run a Tour Guide. So I just decided to dump Tour Guide out. Yeah, I know it was probably a bad decision on my part, but whatever. And then we go to the version 4 deck. This was the deck that was most play-tested, and it was the most consistent so far. My current build that I'm using was I just like created it like 2 days ago, and I've just been playtesting it. But I playtested this version for about a week and a half, and it did really, really well. All right, let's go into a type of deck list or something to show you guys. Well, you got the Laval Quasar engine right here. And Flamvell Firedog, really good card. You can bring out anything when you kill it. 1900 beater that special summons any monster with 200 defense. Well, any fire monster with 200 defense from your deck. You bring this out, go into a level 5, and it's also a rekindling target. Tengu's good. I like Tengu. He was pretty baller when he was used, but at the same time, you only get his effect once, and that's kind of annoying if you've been playing him before. So he got to me a little bit. You got the plant engine, super awesome. And I put in the E-Tele engine as well to add speed. Psychic Commander, Krebons, and Mind Protector in 3 E-Tele, even though the ban list isn't up to date now, but yeah, just a way you can get around the ban list. And then 3 Goblindbergh, probably the biggest card. People are going to be like, what is that card doing in that deck? Well, Goblindbergh is simply just the best card in the deck. So, you draw these cards, these 5 cards, and these also, these 3 right, well, these 2 right here, and these 3, all those cards are dead when they're in your hand, and it was so annoying because I was like, alright, they're more alive in the graveyard. Let's find a way to dump them in the graveyard. And then I went through like a whole battle of like, what do I do? And yeah, I just decided to throw Goblindbergh in there. Mainly to just go Goblindbergh, bring out any of these dead tuners in my hand, and sync with him. He is definitely the best card in the deck, probably. That's why I'm running 3 copies of him. Gorz, BLS, 2 Thunder King for consistency, 3 Rekindling because it's the best card in the deck as well. All of them are the best cards. These 9 cards are the best cards in the deck, along with the staples and the rest of the 40 cards of the deck. Pretty good deck, but Rekindling, if you don't know what it does, it's special summon all the fire monsters from your graveyard with 200 defense. During the end phase, doesn't even matter because you're going to synchro with all of them and do some shenanigans with their plays. Then you got the MSTs, you know, in the stable lineup, but let's go into the version that I've been playtesting recently, which is another controlled build. I shaved off all the fat from the other deck, kind of, and put in a lot of more punch. Yeah. Now this version of the deck's probably the version that's going to stick because so far it's been really good. Your turn 1 play is amazing. When you have trap cards to back it up, it also is really amazing. Call the Haunted is really, really good and is super, super broken. And yeah, you pretty much can do what you want to anyone. With this version of the deck, like a turn 1 is Goblindbergh with Tender. You go into Hyper Librarian, you set like Warning, and you just wait, and you kind of have the power over your opponent. I'm thinking about changing these Fiendish Chains to Mirror Forces. I can't put Torrentials in because my deck, you'll always have monsters on the field, big ones, and you won't want to sacrifice them because it's dumb. But Mirror Force is definitely a possibility too. But yeah, the extra deck is, I don't know if I went over it, just general extra deck with the exception of this guy, Lavalval Dragon, Lavalval Dragon, yes. His effect is awesome. Shuffle 2 Laval monsters from your graveyard into your deck. Target 1 card your opponent controls. Compulse it back to their hand. It's really good to get over pretty much anything because all you need is either Laval Cannoneer or Flamvell Dog and a level 1 tuner, and you're good. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's the deck profile, or I don't know if I'll call it a deck profile because the decks were not really done, but it's a little bit of an update video to say what I've been doing and show that I'm still rocking it, and I'll record some decks, some battles or duels with this deck and put them up in a few days, and that'll be cool. So thanks for watching, and peace.